Hey, everyone, and welcome back. We're diving deep today.
Deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Into something I think a lot of us wonder about.
Mm-hmm.
Just how important is trust when it comes to prayer?
Right.
And to help us unpack this,
Yeah.
we're turning to someone whose story might surprise you.
Oh, really?
Steve Harvey.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought of him right away.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But Steve Harvey's journey is fascinating
Yeah.
because he's so open
Yeah.
about
Mm-hmm.
the tough times.
Yeah.
You know, like he talks about flunking out of school,
Wow.
multiple marriages,
Okay.
even homelessness.
Yeah.
And then you see him now,
Totally different.
and it's like, whoa.
Right.
How did that happen?
Yeah.
And he credits that turnaround to prayer.
Hmm.
So that's what we're going to dig into today.
That's amazing. I think it's so interesting how faith is such a common thread in success stories.
Yeah.
And not even just in a religious context,
Right.
but just belief in something.
Yeah.
Belief in a dream. Belief in yourself.
Totally.
Think about some of your own wins.
Mm-hmm.
Was there ever a moment where you just had to trust?
Oh, yeah.
Even when things felt so uncertain?
For sure.
What was that like?
It's scary
Yeah.
and exciting at the same time.
Right.
But there's this one line from Steve Harvey that really stuck with me.
Okay.
He said, prayer changes things.
Mm.
But what does that even mean?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
does it literally change the world around us?
Yeah. Does it change our circumstances?
Or does it change something inside of us?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
That is the $1,000,000 question.
Right.
For some people, prayer is that direct line to a higher power.
Yeah.
It's about asking for intervention,
Yeah.
guidance, strength when you need it.
Totally.
And Steve Harvey really emphasizes that God is always listening,
Yeah.
which I think can be so comforting
Oh, for sure.
when you're feeling lost.
Or officially.
Yeah, you're not alone. You're not alone. You've got someone.
You've got backup.
Yeah.
I love that idea of constant access. you know?
Yeah.
It's like having this unwavering support no matter what.
Always there.
And he's got this really funny way of saying it.
Oh, yeah.
He says, quit playing.
Uh-huh.
Like, just admit you need help.
Yeah.
We've all been there,
Oh, yeah,
trying to do it all on our own.
for sure.
So I'm curious, when was the last time you had to admit
Mm-hmm.
that you needed help?
That's a good one. I think we'll come back to that later.
Okay, cool.
But I want to pick up on this idea of asking
Mhm.
because it's so central
Yeah.
to Steve Harvey's approach to prayer.
Yeah.
He quotes this powerful line. He says,
Okay.
"You have not because you ask not." It makes you wonder,
It does.
are we holding ourselves back
Yeah.
by not asking boldly enough?
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
I think sometimes we limit ourselves
Mm-hmm.
without even realizing it.
Right.
Like we pray for small things.
Yeah.
Or maybe we don't pray at all because,
we're scared.
yeah, what if the answer is no?
Exactly.
Or what if it's not what we wanted?
Yeah.
So have you ever felt like you were limiting yourself in your prayers?
I think that's something we all struggle with.
For sure.
But Steve Harvey uses this vivid analogy
Okay.
to explain the role of faith in prayer.
Okay. I like analogies.
Me too.
Lay it on me.
He says that God only delivers packages
Right.
to Faith Street.
I love that.
Isn't that great?
Faith Street.
Yeah.
It's like he's painting this picture
Mm-hmm.
of unwavering belief being the address
Yeah.
where all your prayers get delivered.
Yeah.
I love that image.
Faith Street.
Faith Street.
Yeah, it really is like that Faith Street.
Faith Street.
And that's where Steve Harvey's story is so powerful.
Okay. Yeah.
He waited 28 years
Wow.
to achieve his dream of being on TV.
That's a long time.
28 years of knocking on doors, facing rejection, but still holding on to that belief.
Wow.
So it makes you think,
It does.
what are we willing to hold on to for that long?
Yeah.
What are our Faith Street goals?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
What are we really willing to have that level of unwavering faith in?
Right.
I mean, have you ever had
Yeah.
a prayer answered after a long period of waiting like that?
Oh, yeah, definitely. But there's this point that Steve Harvey brings up.
Okay.
He drops these two scriptures that really hit home.
Okay.
He says, "You have not because you ask not."
Right.
We talked about that a little bit before.
Yeah.
But then he adds, "Faith without works is dead."
Ah, that's a good one.
Right.
That one always gets me thinking
Yeah,
because
because
it's so easy to get caught up
it is.
in the wishing and hoping. But that verse reminds us that we have a role to play.
Yeah, you got to take action.
It's not just about trusting, it's about doing something.
Right.
So for you, what do you think are the works that go along with faith?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
It's about pushing past fear, taking a leap.
Sometimes it's just showing up.
Yeah, even when you don't feel like it.
Exactly.
It's like faith is the fuel.
Okay.
And action is what starts the engine.
I like that.
You know?
Yeah.
You got to get things moving.
You got to put it into gear.
Exactly.
So it's not about passively waiting for a miracle.
Nope.
It's about actively participating.
It is.
And making things happen.
Yes.
And Steve Harvey's a perfect example of that.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't just pray for success.
Right.
He hustled.
He worked for it.
He went after it.
Yeah.
So it's that combination
It is.
of unwavering belief and relentless action.
That's powerful.
And it makes you think
Yeah.
about those times when we might be tempted to give up
Oh, yeah, for sure.
on a dream. Maybe it feels too hard.
Right.
Maybe we've had too many setbacks.
It happens.
But Steve Harvey's story
Yeah.
reminds us that persistence is key.
You got to keep going.
You got to keep going.
And he says something really interesting about this.
With that.
He says that God doesn't give us a timeline for when our prayers will be answered.
Okay.
He says if you knew exactly when
Yeah.
you were going to get what you were praying for,
Oh,
it would actually damage the relationship.
that's deep.
Right.
Why do you think that is?
I think it's because it's in that waiting,
Yeah.
that trusting, that continuing to believe,
Yeah.
even when you don't see results,
Yeah.
that our faith really grows.
I can see that.
It's like a muscle,
Okay.
you know?
You got to work it out.
You got to keep exercising it.
Oh,
And the
yeah.
more you do that,
Yeah.
the stronger it gets.
So it's those times
right.
when you feel like giving up.
Yeah.
Maybe the answer hasn't come yet. Maybe the path seems blocked.
Yeah.
What if those are actually the moments
Ooh.
that are strengthening our faith the most?
I love that perspective. Yeah. It's like reframing those challenges as opportunities
Yeah.
to go deeper.
To grow stronger.
Yeah.
And it's not about sitting back and just waiting.
Right. You got to keep moving.
But remember,
Yeah.
faith without works is dead.
Exactly.
You got to keep taking action. Keep moving towards your goals.
Yeah.
Even when it's tough.
Even when it's tough.
It's that combination
yeah.
of faith and action driven by a vision
Exactly.
of what you want to create.
It's about knowing where you want to go
Yeah.
and having the faith to get there.
So it's not just about having faith in a higher power.
Right.
It's also about having faith in ourselves,
Absolutely.
in our ability to persevere, to overcome obstacles,
Yeah.
to keep moving forward,
Keep going.
even when we can't see the finish line.
I love that.
And Steve Harvey,
He's a great example.
he embodies that.
Yeah.
He came from humble beginnings,
He did it.
faced countless rejections,
Yeah.
but never stopped believing in himself.
And look where he is now.
And look at him now.
It's incredible.
It's truly inspiring.
It is.
But it also begs the question,
What's that?
what happens when our faith is tested? What about those times when we pray for something
Yeah.
and it doesn't seem to be happening?
That's tough.
It is tough.
And it's something that Steve Harvey addresses.
Oh, good.
He talks about the importance of understanding
Okay.
that God's plan might not always align
Right.
with our own timeline or
Right.
our expectations.
Sometimes it feels like
It does.
there's a bigger picture that we can't quite see.
Exactly. He says, God ain't going to bring you to it
Okay.
if he can't bring you through it. So those challenges, those
Yeah.
setbacks, those moments of doubt,
Yeah.
they're all part of the journey.
It's like a reminder
It is.
that it's not just about praying for what we want.
Right.
It's about trusting
Yeah.
that even when things don't go our way, there's a higher purpose at play.
I love that.
It's comforting.
Yeah, it is.
It is comforting.
And that's where the concept of grace comes in.
Okay.
Steve Harvey makes a really interesting distinction.
Okay.
He says, justice is getting what you deserve.
Okay.
Mercy
Yeah.
is not getting what you deserve.
Okay.
But grace is getting what you don't deserve.
I like that.
Right?
That's a good way to put it.
It's those unexpected blessings.
Yeah.
Those moments where you're like,
Yeah.
wow, I really didn't earn that.
Like the universe is smiling down on you. Yeah, I've had those moments.
Have you?
Yeah.
Me too.
It's awesome.
It
It's like a little wink from the universe.
And it just adds this whole other layer
It
to
does.
the idea of trust in prayer.
Yeah.
It's not just trusting that our prayers will be answered,
Right.
but trusting that even when they're not,
Yeah.
even when things don't go according to our plan, there's a greater good at work.
I love that.
Right. It's about surrendering to something bigger than ourselves.
Yeah. It's a beautiful way to think about it.
It is.
It's like those challenges, those tough times,
Yeah.
they're actually invitations
Okay.
to deepen our trust,
I like that.
to really strengthen our connection
Yeah.
to something bigger than ourselves.
And Steve Harvey makes a really great point about this.
Okay, what's that?
He says that God doesn't ask for perfection, but for consistency.
Well, that's good.
Right.
It takes the pressure off.
It does.
Like, we don't have to be perfect.
No.
We just got to keep showing up.
Just keep showing it.
Keep trying.
That's what matters.
Yeah. It's that consistent effort.
Yeah, and I think we've all felt that pressure
Oh, yeah,
to be perfect in our spiritual lives.
for sure.
But this idea of consistency over perfection, it really shifts the focus.
It does.
It's not about getting it right all the time.
Right.
It's about continually coming back
Yeah.
to our faith, to our practice.
That connection
Yeah.
to something bigger. It's
Exactly.
like a dance.
It is like a
We
dance.
might stumble, we might fall out of step,
You might miss a step.
but it's the getting back up
Yeah.
that really matters.
Just dancing.
And Steve Harvey's life,
Oh, yeah.
it's a testament to that.
It is.
He's been open about his mistakes, his setbacks,
Yeah.
times when he doubted,
He's human.
but he never gave up on his faith.
That's the key.
And that's what ultimately led him
Yeah.
to where he is today.
It's those imperfections,
Yeah,
those moments of vulnerability that make his story so relatable.
I agree.
He reminds us it's okay to not have all the answers.
It's okay to mess up.
Yeah, to question things.
It's all part of the journey.
It's all part of it.
It's a reminder that faith isn't about being perfect.
No.
It's about being authentic,
Yeah, just showing up as you are.
flaws and all,
Exactly.
and trusting that we're still worthy
You are.
of love, guidance, support.
Absolutely.
It's a powerful message.
It is.
Especially in a world
Yeah.
that often glorifies perfection
It does.
and instant
Just-
gratification.
yeah, everything's got to be perfect.
It's got to happen now.
right now.
But this is a call
Yeah.
to embrace the messy,
Yeah.
the imperfect beauty of this journey.
Spiritual journey.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
To trust the process, to keep moving forward.
Even when you can't see where you're going.
This has been an incredible deep dive.
It
I
has.
feel like Steve Harvey's words
Yeah.
have given us so much to think about.
So much to ponder.
What stands out to you
Ooh, good question.
as the most important takeaway?
I think for me, it's that reminder that faith is an ongoing journey.
Yeah.
It's not a destination.
It's not a finish line.
It's about showing up,
Consistently
trusting the process.
believing in something bigger.
Even when we can't see the whole picture.
This has been awesome.
It has.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
To our listeners, thank you for joining us
Yeah, thanks for being here.
on this exploration of trust and prayer. Remember, you have the power
You do.
to create a life that's filled with purpose,
Yeah.
meaning and abundance.
Absolutely.
Trust in yourself,
Yeah.
believe in your dreams, and never underestimate
Litter.
the power of your own potential.
It's there.
Until next time,
Yeah.
may your journey be filled with blessings,
Lessons.
guidance, and unwavering faith.
See you next time.